Hey, good morning, guys. Happy Tuesday. It is 10 till noon, so it is still morning. Just got back from a great meeting with one of my colleagues, and it's been a minute since I've given an update here. Um, I guess maybe the story of last year was a fair amount of that kind of start stop or a little burst and then pulling back, a little burst and pulling back. So the lack of consistency is definitely not admirable. But that being said, even though this channel, this vlog, and some of my professional social media efforts haven't been full tilt, I definitely feel like some of my professional efforts have been full tilt, and am very optimistic about what this year has to bring. So I have some exciting updates here pretty soon. I'd say on like the middle of next month. So yeah, middle of February should be rolling out some exciting news and entering in a fun chapter. So definitely keep posted for that. And that's where I'd say the first month of this year has been kind of interesting because so much momentum from 2022, so many great things happening between a big move, a dog, a baby, awards at work, and making more money last year than I did in any year before. So many positive indicators, and feeling like, all right, let's carry that momentum into 2023. Let's double down. Like the word of 22 for me was execute, and the word for 23 for me is multiply. Right? I feel like, and this is again, I mean, as I've made clear on this channel, a big inspiration, a big example for me right now is the Grant Cardone sales training, business material, the content that he puts out. I feel like I've found another anchor point, another source of information that I'm just trying to kind of hitch my wagon on and ride up to the next level of production in life. And so that's kind of following some of his philosophy, right? In his world, he talks about whether it's money or attention. You need to get money or attention, and then you need to multiply it. Are kind of the stages of his process. And so that's where I feel like, hey, 2022, I worked out some kinks. I got the right targets. I got some of the right mentalities and the right successes to start to feel like, okay, I'm putting some things together. I'm on the right track, and now it's time to take those early wins, those wins last year, and multiply them this year and do it even bigger. And so it's kind of funny. It's a little disappointing to be already a month in and not be reporting back just like we're it's through the roof. It's the meter is pegged, and the numbers are crazy. But I think what the backside of last year was a lot of contemplating, okay, if I am going to take my income and try and 10x it, try and multiply it and explode it like that. um, um, what does that look like? What do I need? What path, what little way do I need to navigate to really execute on that? So it was a lot of time. I've probably read more books in the last 6 months of 2022 than I had in the last 3 or 4 years combined. And so that's one thing that's been really positive carrying into this first month. I've finished a handful of books already, and that's going to be a big theme of this year is finishing. So not necessarily reading books all the way through, because there's a handful of things I've dabbled and started a bunch, and so this year is going to be a lot of just cranking through and finishing a lot of those. But so so um, so just like any month, as like a business or a sales guy or whatever, you start back at zero. And so this year has been no different. The clock turns over and all the metrics go back down to zero. But very optimistic for some of the transitions and things that are coming down the line in just a short matter of time. So I'll be continuing to update there, and I think I maybe wrongfully pulled back on sort of just public, whether it's social media or updating this channel, because I was kind of like a little mouse behind the scenes, scurrying around, tweaking and changing some things. So that's something I probably have to get better at, is like, hey, I can still do that, but then I can also continue to share and track progress here on this channel. So again, just very, very excited for this year. Here we are, 31 days in. Again, I think one good habit that has really stuck off being, that program in last year has been recording life goals twice a day, right? So this is a Grant Cardonism 101, is when I, first thing when I get up, I'm writing those down, and then last thing before I go to bed, I'm writing those down. And what's interesting is I'm already seeing the goalposts shift, that the income target I have for this year is already much, much higher than what I was thinking about at the beginning of last year. And so I think that's a really good thing, that my brain, again, the target maybe that I had last year, the target that I have now, it's still doesn't seem quite comprehensible. It doesn't seem quite attainable, but I'm like, hey, as long as I commit to it, as long as I keep putting pen to paper and keep my attention focused on it, and then put in the work and put in the time, and really, really look for the opportunities that can make that happen. Well, then possibly it's just a matter of time. So so that is that is something that I'm definitely highly focused on heading into this year. And again, I'm excited to share some great like information and reading updates. Again, I recently, I think the first book I crushed heading into this year was Henry Ford's autobiography, and he's and that was phenomenal. I should probably do a review on that. I should probably read it again. I need to. I've committed to going back through the Cardone training material, the basic sales training material. Let's start it from scratch, and let's work it all the way back through again. Let's get a refresher this year, because even though I've been into some of his, whether it's his book or his material or his content or YouTube interviews or other training modules on the online platform, getting back to that basic module and working my way all the way through it, so that I'm continuing to strengthen those muscles. So yeah, and that's, goes to one of the goals. Again, I have a 10x income target. I have a book target. I want to read 100 books this year. Social media, would love to grow the community that I'm involved with via social media and the internet. The friends that I have around me. So again, what I think is nice about the somewhat disciplined approach of goal setting and setting high targets, as it's gone for me so far, is it doesn't feel like this once a year activity that I get all hyped up for a moment, put it down, and then never think about it again. It feels like a much more disciplined, unemotional, setting a high target and then just maintaining focus on it all year long. But I'm getting a call here from one of my coworkers, so I'm going to pick that up. But it's a pleasure. I hope all you guys have had a great start to your year, and I'll definitely talk to you soon. All right.